Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. Today's our topic of discussion is orthogonal matrix. A square matrix is said to be orthogonal if multiplication of transpose and matrix always gives us an identity matrix. This is the definition of a matrix to be an orthogonal. Now we discuss its properties. If A is orthogonal matrix, then first property is that its transpose is always equal to A inverse. This shows that if A is orthogonal, its inverse is orthogonal. This means that orthogonal matrix is always non-singular. Second property is that if A is orthogonal matrix, then these two properties are equivalent to each other. If A is orthogonal, then it is necessary that its rows or columns form an orthonormal set, or rows and columns are orthogonal unit vectors. And if any matrix has orthogonal unit vectors, rows columns are orthogonal unit vectors, then it is necessary that A is orthogonal matrix. Third property is that if A is orthogonal, then its transpose and inverse are also orthogonal. And if a matrix A is given and we have find out a matrix formed by its eigenvectors, and this is orthogonal. If P matrix is orthogonal, that is formed by eigenvectors, then P transpose AP or P inverse AP both are same, and answer will always a diagonal matrix. Fifth property is that if A and B are two orthogonal matrices, then their product is always an orthogonal matrix. And last property of orthogonal matrix is that if A is orthogonal matrix, then it is necessary that its determinant is plus minus 1. Then its determinant is plus minus 1. Now, with an example, we will show that how we can prove that given matrix is orthogonal matrix. There are three ways to show that given matrix is orthogonal. First is that we have to prove that A transpose into A is equal to identity matrix, or we have to show that A transpose is equal to A inverse. And third is that we have to show its rows or columns form an orthonormal set. Now this is the given matrix, and we will prove by these three ways that it is an orthogonal matrix. So it's up to you which method you will apply. So first method is that show A into A transpose or A transpose A is equal to I. So let's start its solution. For given matrix A transpose is equal to interchanging of rows and columns. So we will get 2 by 3, 2 by 3, 1 by 3, minus 2 by 3, 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 1 by 3, minus 2 by 3, and 2 by 3. This is the transpose matrix of the given matrix. Now we have to apply A transpose is equal into A A in transpose into A is equal. If A transpose into A, we will write here values minus 2 by 3, 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 1 by 3, minus 2 by 3, 1 by 3, 2 by 3, and 2 by 3. Now, A into A transpose. Sorry, we have firstly write it A into A transpose. I have written A matrix here. So, here A matrix is in before. And entries of A transpose matrix are given as 2 by 3, 2 by 3, 1 by 3, minus 2 by 3, 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 1 by 3, minus 2 by 3, and 2 by 3. Now we will multiply it and we will get that multiplication of these two matrices. Now first row multiply by first column will give us 4 by 9 plus 4 by 9 plus 1 by 9. First row second column will give us minus 4 by 9 plus 2 by 9 minus 2 plus 2 by 9. And first row third column will give us 2 by 9 minus 4 by 9 plus 2 by 9. And that is first row, first column, first row, second column, first row, third column. Now second row first column will give us minus 4 by 9 plus 2 by 9 plus 2 by 9. Second row second column will give us minus 4 by 9 plus 1 by 9 plus 4 by 9 plus 4 by 9 plus 1 by 9 plus 4 by 9. And second row third column will give us minus 2 by 9 minus 2 by 9 plus 4 by 9. That is the second row first column, second row second column, and second row third column. Now multiply third row first column will give us 4 by 9 minus 4 by 9 plus 2 by 9 minus 4 by 9 plus 2 by 9. And last row second column will give us minus 2 by 9 minus 2 by 9 plus 4 by 9. And third row third column will give us 1 by 9 4 by 9 plus 4 by 9. So here is third row first column, third row second column, and third row third column. Now when we will, as denominators are same, so numerator will add up each other, and from here we will get 9 by 9 minus 4 plus 4 by 9 plus 4 minus 4 by 9 minus 4 plus 4 by 9 9 by 9 minus 4 plus 4 by 9 plus 4 minus 4 by 9 minus 4 plus 4 by 9 and 9 by 9. So next matrix we will get here with these values. Now 9 by 9 will give us 1 and minus 4 plus 4 cancel each other. So this will give us 0 answer. So at last we will get 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. That is identity matrix. So it has been proved that if A is a given matrix and we have to prove it orthogonal, then transpose and A matrix multiplication should be equal to identity matrix that have been proved like that. Now we have to use second method to prove that given matrix is orthogonal. And second is that if A is orthogonal matrix, then A transpose and its inverse should be equal. Now we have to show that in second method A transpose and its inverse is both are equal. So to prove that A transpose is obtained by interchanging rows and columns of the given matrix. So this is the A transpose. Now to calculate A inverse, as A inverse is equal to adjoint of A over determinant of A, means A should be non-singular. So firstly to find it out, A should be non-singular, As this is 3 by 3 matrix, A is 3 by 3 matrix, so its adjoint can be found by using cofactor method, and taking transpose of cofactor method we can find out adjoint of A. Firstly, to prove A is non-singular, and we have already discussed that if A is orthogonal matrix, then its determinant should be equal to either positive 1 or negative 1, like that. Now, as A determinant is written is in, when we take first element, leave first row, first column, and inside element will be 1 by 3, minus 2 by 3, 2 by 3, and 2 by 3. Multiply first diagonal, we will get 2 by 9, minus into minus, we will get 4 by 9 plus 4 by 9. Take second value and leave first row, second column, we will get minus 2 by 3 multiply by 2 by 3 will give us minus 4 by 9, and 2 by 3 multiply by 1 by 3 will give us 2 by 9 with negative sign. And when we take third element, we will leave first row and third column, and inside elements are minus 2 by 3, 1 by 3, 1 by 3, and minus 2 by 3. So minus 2 by 3 multiply minus 2 by 3 will give us 4 by 9, into minus 1 by 3 multiply by 1 by 3 will give us 1 by 9. So here we will get this row, first element and determinant of these values. Now second element and determinant of these 4 values, and third element, choose third element and determinant of these values, 2 by 2 values. So here by simplification we will get here 6 by 9, minus 6 by 9, and 3 by 9. That is next row. Now 6 by 9 will give us 2 by 3, minus 6 by 9 give us minus 2 by 3, and here is 1 by 3. So this is next row. Now first will give us 4 by 9, minus minus plus 4 by 9, and this is 1 by 9. 1 by 3 multiply by 1 by 3 will give us 1 by 9. So 9 divided by 9 give us 1, that is non-zero. So A is non-singular. We can find its determinant. As determinant is adjoint is to find out by cofactor method, and we know that in cofactor method, when we take first element, for first element we leave first row, first column, and determinant of remaining terms. For second element we apply negative sign, because in cofactor method alternate negative signs are applicable. So we leave first row, second column, and take determinant of other values, remaining values. For third element we leave first row, third column, and take determinant of remaining value, and we will get row like that. This is obtained by leaving first row, first column, leaving first row, second column, leaving first row, third column. This row is obtained by leaving first row, second row, first column, second row, second column, and second row, third column. Now this is obtained by leaving third row, first column, third row, second column, and third row, third column, and negatives and alternative negative signs are applied, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. Now take determinant of these 2 by 2 matrices. We will get here 2 by 9 plus 4 by 9 give us 6 by 9. minus 4 by 9 plus 2 by 9 will give us minus 2 by 9 will give us 6 by 9, and here is 4 by 9 minus 1 by 9 will give us 3 by 9. And similarly, simplifying all other terms, we will get for second row minus 6 by 9, 3 by 9, and 6 by 9. For third row we get 3 by 9, minus 6 by 9, and 6 by 9. By simplification we will get 2 by 3, 2 by 3, 1 by 3, minus 2 by 3, 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 1 by 3, minus 2 by 3, and 2 by 3. Now this is cofactor matrix. By taking transpose of this cofactor, we can find out adjoint of A. So we have to interchange rows and column of this matrix to get adjoint of A. So by interchanging rows and columns, we get transpose of cofactor matrix, and this is called adjoint of A. Now applying formula of A inverse, that is equal to adjoint of A over determinant of A. So we put values adjoint of A over determinant of A, we will get A inverse matrix as it is. Now here it is point to note it that A inverse matrix values and A transpose matrix value both are same. So we can say that A transpose is inner product of rows and columns is 0. Now for given matrix A, whose entries are 2 by 3, minus 2 by 3, 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 1 by 3, minus 2 by 3, 1 by 3, 2 by 3 and 2 by 3. First column is the first unit vector, second column entries is second unit vector, and third column is third unit vector. Now we have to show that inner product of UV is equal to 0, inner product of VW is equal to 0, and inner product of UW or WU is equal to 0. So UW or WU is equal to 0. As inner product of matrices we have already defined that we will multiply ith component with I plus j component with j plus k component with k. So from here we will get u vector is equal to 2 by 3 minus 2 by 3, 1 by 3. V vector is 2 by 3, 1 by 3 minus 2 by 3. And W vector is 1 by 3, 2 by 3 and 2 by 3. Firstly, prove U and V inner product is equal to 0. So from here we will get U V inner product. So U and V inner product, as U matrix entries of U and V are given as, so when we take inner product of U and V, first represent U entries. So we can say that A transpose is equal to A inverse. So given A matrix is orthogonal matrix. Multiply ith with ith component, j with j and k with k component. 2 by 3 multiply 2 by 3 will give us 4 by 9. Minus 2 by 3 multiply 1 by 3 will give us minus 2 by 9. And 1 by 3 multiply minus 2 by 3 gives us minus 2 by 9. Because this is multiply, we are applying by using inner product method. And in inner product method, we have discussed in previous that if x and y are two vectors, then their inner product of x1, x2, x3 and y1, y2, y3 can be written as x1 y1 plus x2 y2 plus x3 y3. This is inner product of two vectors. So applying same formula here, we will get 4 by 9 minus 2 by 9 minus 2 by 9. Taking LCM, As denominator are same, so numerator will add up each other and 4 minus 4 will give us 0. This shows that as inner product is 0, so u is perpendicular to v. Similarly, we will prove that v and w matrix, entries of v matrix are these and w are these. We will multiply these v and u vector by applying this inner product formula, and we will get 2 by 9 plus 2 by 9 minus 4 by 9, and taking LCM, denominator are same, so numerator will add up each other and we will get 4 minus 4 by 9, that is equal to 0. So we can say that v is perpendicular to the w, or v is orthogonal to w. Now to prove that w and u vector are also orthogonal to each other. So these are entries of w vector and these are entries of u vector. We will multiply by using inner product formula, and here we will get that 2 by 9 minus 4 by 9 plus 2 by 9 will give us, after simplification, answer is equal to 0. This shows that w is orthogonal to u. So it has been cleared that this satisfies that rows or columns of given matrix are orthogonal to each other. So we can say that given matrix A is orthogonal matrix. Now we also have to check one other property, that norm of each unit vector should be equal to 1. Means norm means length of the unit vector, and as we know, length of unit vector can be found out by using norm or determinant property. So we can write here as u values are 2 by 3 minus 2 by 3 1 by 3. So their norm will equal to first component square plus second component square plus third component square, and its square root will give us answer 1. Similarly, for v whose entries are 2 by 3, 1 by 3 and minus 2 by 3, when we will take norm of these values, this will give us 2 by 3 square plus 1 by 3 square plus minus 2 by 3 square, that will give us 4 by 9 plus 1 by 9 plus 4 by 9 will give us answer 1. Similarly, for w with values 1 by 3, 2 by 3 and 2 by 3, its norm will give us answer 1. So we can say that A is an orthogonal matrix. These are 3 different methods to prove that given matrix is orthogonal matrix. Now it's up to you which method you are applying. Either you are using third method, that we have to show that inner product of rows is 0, or we can say that rows or columns are orthogonal unit vectors, or we can apply second method, that is A transpose is equal to A inverse for given matrix, or we apply first method, that is multiplication A matrix and its transpose is equal to identity matrix. Now here are some questions for practice. First is A matrix with its values is given, and it is sine theta minus cos theta and sine theta. Now it should also clear that if we have a matrix B with entries cos of theta and sine of theta minus sine of theta, then this matrix is also, we have to prove that this is orthogonal matrix. This is A part and this is B part of question 1. You should also have to prove that A is orthogonal and B is also orthogonal. You have to prove that B matrix is orthogonal matrix. In question number 3, A matrix is orthogonal matrix, and in question 4, A matrix is also orthogonal matrix. And that's all about today's lecture.